You don't need another degree or fancy certification to start coaching. You already possess a powerful toolkit of skills. And here's a fun fact, you will never stop learning. So, yes, go and get the degrees, go and get the certifications. Yeah, don't stop leveling up, but you don't need another degree or certification to start your coaching journey. You already possess a toolkit of powerful skills. However, what you do need is a strategy to translate those skills into a thriving business. Yeah, and that's what I'm here to provide. Yeah. You need a strategy so that you can frame those skills that you have and translate them into a business. Yeah, so when we're able to share what we do, who we are, we can create opportunities and possibilities. Now, today I have a very, very special presentation prepared for my educators in the room. And I know at some part in your life, it doesn't matter what journey you have been on, I know that you identify as an educator, whether you're a teacher or you're an engineer, you're a manager. Yeah, that educator bug has always been with you. Hence, one of the reasons why you're so interested in coaching. And my topic today is escape the classroom and build a high-tech coaching business without needed extensive additional training or a complete career overhaul. Now, let me see in the chat if this is something you'll be interested in learning about today. Now, if you're here to find out really how can you escape the classroom and really make that transition, give me a 1 in the chat. Okay, I see Amy interested, the boss ladies in the room. Now, I know as an educator, many of you are feeling burnt out, undervalued, and stuck in a system that doesn't appreciate your talent. Yeah, and the reason why I can say this is because I've experienced this before. You've poured your heart and your soul into your students, but you're not seeing the impact or the financial reward you deserve. Yeah. And the thing is, it's not your fault. Yeah. Based on your experience, you can see that the traditional education system is often rigid, bureaucratic, and it doesn't really provide the autonomy that you need to strive. Because it's designed to keep you in a specific role, not empowering you to build something outside of the system that was created. And many educators I've worked with have felt the same way. They have tried to explore other options, but they have been overwhelmed by the lack of clear guidance and a sheer amount of conflicting information out there. Yeah, now the age that we're living right now, there's so much information going left and right. We really don't know who to trust or where to go for information that we can rely on. And it's easy to get discouraged and feel like you're not cut out for entrepreneurship. Yeah, whenever you hear the term entrepreneurship, businesses feel like there's such a big world. Yeah, it's easy to become overwhelmed. And you might have tried to start a side hustle. Maybe you explore coaching before, and you probably run into some roadblocks like knowing how to find clients, knowing how to price your service, feeling uncomfortable with selling yourself. Because this is how I felt when I started. And if you can resonate with this, yeah, you can share that in the chat as well. And this isn't because you lack the ability. It's because you haven't been given the right tools and strategies. Now, let me say that again. This isn't because you lack the ability. It's only because you haven't been given the right tools and the right strategies. And I understand that you might be worried about leaving the stable job that you have, not being able to replace your income, or not having the necessary business skill to succeed. Yeah, and that do make sense. But what if I told you that there was a proven path specifically designed for educators like you? Would you be interested in knowing that? Yeah, what if I told you there's a specific path designed just for educators like you? A path that leverage your existing skills and provide you with the business and marketing training that you need and give you the support and the community that you need to strive. Yeah, I want you to imagine this. Imagine waking up every morning excited to work with clients you love, making a real difference in their life, just like the way you do in your students, and having the freedom to design your own schedule and income. This is possible. Yeah, it's possible with a well-structured coaching business. Now, in today's session, this session is specifically designed to help you minimize the risk associated with starting that business. Now, I'm going to provide you with a step-by-step guidance, proven strategies and stories, and the ongoing support that you'll need instead of going at it alone. And I know the idea of selling yourself feels uncomfortable. It feels a bit yucky. Yeah, some of you, when you think about selling, you have this internal, this resistance on the inside. But that's why I'm going to be focusing on a more authentic marketing and building genuine connection with an ideal client. So you never have to feel that sleazy way. And I'm going to even share with you how you have already have the skills that you need to make this happen. Now, the traditional education system is designed to keep us in a box. Yeah, generic coaching program doesn't address the specific challenges you face as an educator transitioning into entrepreneurship. And most of the gurus out there, they're trying to sell you a dream without real substance that is not really designed for you. Now, this is going to be different. Yeah, that's my promise. Because I am specifically focused on empowering educators just like yourself, build a striving coaching business with practical training, support, and the community that you need to succeed without the fluff or the empty promise. And you're probably thinking, starting a business is complicated, it's time consuming and expensive. You're right. Yeah, but it doesn't have to be. This is going to require work from your end. But everything that is worth investing in requires some level of work. And you're also right to be wary of coaches who promise overnight success because building a sustainable business takes time and effort. Like my little penguin friend at the bottom here, yeah, we got to work hard so we can play hard. But what if there was a simpler way, a simple process where you can leverage your existing skills and build a business that align with your values and lifestyle? Would you like that? If there was a simpler way that leverage your existing skills and build a process that align with your values and lifestyle. Yeah. What if you can do it with the support of the community of like-minded educators who understand exactly what you're going through? And you might suspect that you need to be a natural salesperson. Now, the truth is, this is a big misconception. Yeah, you don't need to be a natural salesperson. And one of the most interesting things is that one of the biggest secret that most of you don't know is that you are already a natural salesperson. Yeah, every single coach have been trained in sales, but they're just unaware of it. And I'm gonna prove that to you tonight as well. I'll show you how to attract clients authentically by building genuine connection and showcasing the value that you provide. Okay. And I want you to imagine this. Just take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, I want you to relax. And you can do this with your eyes closed or with your eyes open. I want you to imagine waking up every morning, excited to work with clients you love, knowing you're making a real difference in their life, and finally having the freedom to design your own schedule. Like, really imagine this. Because one of the most underrated skills that you have right now is your ability to see a future reality in your mind's eye. I want you to see yourself. See yourself generating consistent income. See your bank account. Imagine yourself looking down at your phone and seeing the income coming in from your coaching business, allowing you to leave the burnout of the traditional classroom behind and create a life of purpose and fulfillment. And feel how that feels. Hear what you hear. I want you to imagine yourself as a respected, sorted after coach, empowering others to achieve their dreams, building a legacy that expands beyond the classroom. Imagine you can see the expression on your client's face. Now, my goal with this presentation is to help two types of people. For those of you who are educators, you're going to get a proven system to confidently transition into your coaching career. Yeah, that's the first goal of this presentation. For the more experienced coaches, you're going to get a clear strategy on how to start finding and attracting high-paying clients. So if you're an educator, you're aspiring coach or coach, yeah, this presentation would be perfect for you. Okay. My goal in this webinar is to convince you that transitioning your existing teaching skills into a profitable coaching business is key to achieving freedom, impact, and income, and the income that you desire. That is my goal for this webinar. I want to take a screenshot of this so that way you can hold me accountable to this outcome. Because at the end, I'm going to ask if my mission was achieved. Okay, so my goal is to convince you that transitioning your existing teaching skills into a profitable coaching business is the key to achieving the freedom and impact that you desire. And I will provide you with a proven framework that makes the transition simpler and successful. Yeah, those are the two words, simpler and successful. Okay. Now, the big question here is, why should you listen to me? Most of you in this room may have not met me before, and maybe a few of you have met me before. Yeah, and if you've heard me speak before, can you drop a 1 in the chat? If you haven't, drop a 2. Now, let me just get a feel for how many of you have heard me speak, seen me speak, saw my videos. If you have seen me before, drop a 1. If you haven't, drop a 2. Okay, I see some ones coming in. Awesome. Okay, wow. Seems like I'm more popular than I imagined. Okay, 2, awesome. Okay. Now, why should you listen to me? Now, for most of my career, I was a traditional educator. Yeah, it was a stable job, but I felt this nagging feeling that I wasn't living up to my full potential. Now, this was many years ago. I think this was around 2010, and I really, really enjoyed the work that I did with students. Now, my first job out of college in 2010 was teaching. I taught fundamental computer skills, kids, teachers, young professional, and I love the feeling of helping other people learn and grow. And I know that's one of the reasons why most of you are in education if you're a teacher. It's like that feeling when you're able to impart change and knowledge on another human being, it's truly fulfilling. I knew I wanted to start my own business. At that time, I wanted to start my own school, and I didn't even know what coaching was. Yeah, I wanted to help people to grow. I wanted to inspire them to change their lives. And if I was honest with myself, I wanted to live a life of abundance. I wanted to live a life of freedom. I've grown up in a household that was quite entrepreneurial. Yeah, my mom had what we call this a tray. There is like this little box that she sells snacks in after school. So, and I saw my grandmom do the same thing as well. So, I grew up in quite a entrepreneurial family. So I wanted that life of freedom. But the thing is, I felt completely lost. I didn't know where to start. Yeah, I had this burning desire to start my own coaching business, but I had no idea how do I turn this into a real business. Like I have the idea in my head, but how do I turn it into a real business? And in 2020, I graduated from a master's program, and this master's program was supposed to be the program to teach me how to do that exact thing. However, yeah, it didn't. Yeah, and I felt left behind. I had no job, no direction, and worse, I was living on a small island in the Caribbean at that time where coaching was practically unheard of. I wanted to be a coach like Adrian Cahill, Rich Litvin. I wanted to speak on stages like Tony Robbins. But this felt like a pipe dream. I had no money, no network, and this seemed completely impossible. And during COVID, I started my first online coaching business. And the honest truth is, I felt like an imposter. More than anything, I felt ashamed because I didn't feel like I was worthy to be doing this thing and asking people for money. I spent 7 years of my life studying, but I felt I had nothing to show for it. Yeah, the doubt was crushing, and I didn't think I had what it took to be a coach. I was afraid that I wasn't enough. Like, who was I to charge people for my help? So, what I do instead, I start coaching for free. Yeah, then eventually I had the courage to charge $97 for 3 months of my work. And that's because at the time I hired my own coach and I was paying him 79 USD per month for his services. And sadly, that was exhausting. It was unfulfilling, and it wasn't sustainable. To a point where there was time when I couldn't even afford transportation to get to the capital and get back home. And one day, feeling demotivated by it all, I pulled up a Tony Robbins TEDx video. I don't know how many of you know Tony Robbins, excuse me, but he's like the number one motivator on our planet as I'm having this conversation with you. Yeah, and I pulled up his TED talk, and he said something that I'll never forget. And I'm gonna try to do my best Tony Robbins voice. And he said it like this. He said, "The quality of your questions decide the quality of your life. When you're able to ask quality questions, you can create a better life." Now, you'll never forget that statement. But the question is, how do I ask better quality questions? And then he said something about neuro-linguistic programming changing his life. And that's where my obsession with NLP began. Now I start downloading every courses I can get my hand on. I start getting my hand on every single book and I start learning. Yeah. Even without training, I start learning. And then something amazing start happening. I started seeing immediate transformation in my client life by the stuff I was applying. And at that time, I knew nothing about coaching. Yeah, just from what I was reading and trying. And they were achieving their goals. They were overcoming their obstacles and they were gaining confidence. And at that point, I realized that it wasn't about me. It was about the impact I was making. At this point now, I was so certain that coaching was my calling. Knowing I wanted to coach was one thing, but building a business, that was a whole different story. Okay, so I have one part of the puzzle figured out. Yeah. Now I had a master's degree, I had a sales coach, and while I was seeing some results, the approach that I was learning at the time felt a bit inauthentic and salesy, and it didn't feel like me. Yeah. And I thought to myself, like, there must be a better way. Yeah, there must be a better way for me to sell my service without feeling, like I'm not myself. And that's when I discovered Sean Quintero, short for Sean Q, who is now today a mentor and a coach of mine. And I met him through his one client a week challenge, and he shared a very heart-centered sales approach. And this completely changed my perspective. Yeah, suddenly selling felt a bit more natural and authentic. And it was unbelievable that he shared all of this for free. And the reason why it felt so easy for me, because it was exactly what I was doing all along. Yeah, it was a form of coaching. It was sales in a way that coaches do it authentically. I didn't realize it at the time, but my communication skills, my empathy, and my teaching skills were a huge asset in this sales process. It was like a light bulb moment went off. I didn't imagine that it could have been so easy. Yeah. And with this structured approach, I was finally able to confidently raise my fees and communicate the value I was providing. My coaching fees around that time went from $97 to $997 for 3 months of coaching. And at that time, that was like mind blowing for me. That was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy that anyone would have even paid me for sitting with them and ask them powerful questions. Yeah. Unfortunately, at that time, I had to I already invested all the money I had to return in a plane ticket to return to China. Sorry, so logistically it didn't make sense for me to join Sean Q program at that time. But I kept practicing what he had shared for free, and it continued working. Yeah, and I knew I needed to invest it in his program eventually. Like I literally made that commitment because that was such a big shift for me. And when I got to China, 7 months into my new job in China, I quit and I started my coaching business full time. Now, this is a whole other story that you can get into, but if you want to hear that story, I actually spoke about this in my TED Talk, and you can check that out on YouTube. But that was a whole other story. So 7 months into my job in China, I quit and I went into coaching full time. And 1 year after that, I finally circled back to Sean Q and I made the investment into his program because I was using what he taught me for free and it was working. And I invested 25,000 RMB just to learn from him personally. Now, this was a huge leap of faith, but it was the best decision I ever made. Yeah, not only did I get to personally learn from Sean Q, but I also had the incredible opportunity to work as one of his international sales coaches. Yeah, and this is me and him on a poster where I hosted my very own one client away challenge with a little Deano twist. And the reason why I wanted to do this so bad because I know the impact that it had on me when I just started my journey. And I know that there are so many of you who have so much value to give, but however, you don't understand how you can communicate that value in a way that doesn't feel icky or feel, uncomfortable to you. So this was really a wonderful a wonderful opportunity for me. And today I'm really proud to say, not only am I speaking on stage like Tony Robbins, not only am I coaching clients powerfully like Rich Litvin, I'm creating the same level of transformation in my client's life and business as was done in mine. And it's something that I'm super proud of to this date. Now, today, my mission is to helping other educators escape the burnout and build striving coaching businesses and experience the same freedom and impact that you deserve. Yeah. Now, here's what's going to happen in the next 45 minutes. Yeah, I'm going to be sharing 3 secrets with you. Yeah, the first secret is specifically for teachers. Yeah, and the other 2 would relate more of you who are coaches. And the first one is secret number 1, stop thinking you need another degree. Yeah, how you can turn your teaching skills. No, sorry, how your teaching skills are your greatest coaching assets. Now, that's the first secret. Secret number 2, I'll be sharing the confidence code for coaches. How to overcome your limiting beliefs and attract higher paying clients. And secret number 3, the coaching market is not saturated. Yeah, I'm going to show you how to find your ideal client and command a premium price. Now, would this be exciting? Yeah, would this be something exciting? Would you guys love to go a bit deeper into these? I just got a 100% from Amy. Awesome. I'm making sure my throat is hydrated so I can give you all the energy that I got on this side. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Now, let's start with the first secret. Stop thinking you need another degree. How your teaching skills are your greatest coaching asset. Now, first, let me tell you a story. Well, as you know, I love to tell stories. Yeah, and I hope that as I'm sharing these stories, you're getting the insights that you need. And whenever you get that insight, yeah, whenever you get that golden nugget, drop it in the chat. So that way it's an opportunity for both of us to learn. Now, as I shared in my story, I spent years feeling lost, thinking I needed a complete career overhaul to become a coach. I even dabbled in coaching for next to nothing, just to prove to myself that I can make that impact. I was missing the confidence to truly own my expertise, to build a sustainable coaching business. I felt like I need some sort of the magical formula, some sort of external validation. I literally feel like I needed a certification. And this is not me discounting certifications. Yeah, if you don't have those skills already, it is important that you go and learn how to develop these skills. However, my argument here, as educators, you have been mastering a lot of these skills for over many years. Yeah. However, you just haven't been aware of it. Now, after experiencing those initial wins with clients, I knew coaching was my path. But that imposter syndrome kept coming back. I continued feeling like I needed something else to show. And I started looking at all the other successful coaching online. And they all seem so impressive. They have all these credentials and they have many more years than myself. They had these titles. Yeah, that comparison syndrome started kicking in. And I thought maybe that I was missing something. Maybe I need to go back to school. Maybe I need to get certified. I need to learn more of the business secret languages. I was convinced I needed this external stamp of approval before I can be taken seriously. Yeah. I was caught in this vicious cycle of I want to build a business, but I felt I needed to be qualified for us. Does that sound familiar? If that sounds familiar, you can drop something in the chat. Now I spend countless hours researching different certification and business program, feeling more and more overwhelmed. And each program promised secret to success, but none of them truly resonated. Yeah, it felt like I was trying to fit a square in a peg hole. And my background was in information technology and education, not business. So a lot of these terms was a lot of very foreign to me. And I literally almost signed up for an MBA program. Yeah. Until I had this one life-changing experience. That's when I saw Rich Litvin. I don't know how many of you guys know Rich Litvin, but I was fortunate enough to saw his YouTube video of him coaching live at a Mind Valley event. And it was a complete game changer for me. I had never seen coaching demonstrated live until I saw this video. It wasn't, and I realized at that time it wasn't about telling people what to do. It was about asking the right question, listening deeply, and empowering them to find their own answers. Yeah, let me say that again. It wasn't about telling them what to do. It was about asking the right question, listening deeply, and empowering them to find their own answers. And in that moment, it hit me. That's what I've been doing for my entire life as an educator. I've been coaching my students every single day, guiding them to discover their own potential. Now, one the thing when you see educators from the outside, our teachers, it always look like we're standing in the front of a class and then we're imparting knowledge. However, as educators, when you have those one-on-one moments with your students, yeah, one of the most powerful thing you can do with a student is to ask them the right question so that they can find it within themselves. Yeah. The way Rich Litvin asks powerful question and listen deeply, it mirrored what I've been naturally doing for most of my life. And I immediately start calling up all my friends at that moment, and I start coaching them. I start modeling the exact thing that he was doing, and it was mind blowing. Yeah, because it was working. Yeah, seeing my friends leaving with clarity about what they need, that was enough evidence for me. And everything that I was learning moving forward was just extra value to them. Yeah, just by asking questions. And suddenly everything clicked. I realized that my ability to simplify complex information, design learning experience, and facilitate meaningful conversation was exactly the skills I needed to be successful as a coach. And this is what we do every day as educators. Yeah, I didn't needed a new business degree to ask powerful questions or to hold space for someone's transformation. This realization gave me the confidence to start applying what I learned from Sean Q. And it was surprisingly easy for me to grasp this heart centered sales approach because it was focused on asking powerful questions and building connection and rapport with the person across from you. Because I wasn't because I was so used to using framework to teach complex computer concept, seeing how all the pieces fit together in this process was super easy for me. This gave me more confidence in my ability to get my clients' result because I didn't needed more experience than my clients in what they do. Let me say that again because I know this is something that tripped me up in the beginning, and maybe this is tripping you up as well. This gave me the confidence in my ability to get my clients' results because I didn't needed more experience than my clients in what they do. Yeah. All I needed was to bring a fresh new perspective and ask questions that they won't ask themselves. Yeah, that right there is the point. I want you to screenshot this. All you need is to bring a fresh perspective and ask the simpler questions that they won't usually ask themselves. Everything else is a bonus. Yeah. The thing is, my clients gain clarity and gain confidence, and so did I. The more I shop and the more I engage and I ask powerful questions, my clients gain clarity and confidence, and so did I. Yeah, this shift in my mindset was pivotal. It allowed me to finally build my business and invest in the mentorship that I have today with Sean Q, Adrian, Juliana Chan, and others, and to achieve the success that I have today. Now, today I'm helping educators realize the same thing. Yeah, you already have what it takes. Yeah, you already have what it takes. Now, here's the lesson, and this is where you take note. You don't need to reinvent the wheel, my friends. You don't need another degree or fancy certification to start coaching. You already possess a powerful toolkit of skills. And here's a fun fact, you will never stop learning. So, yes, go and get the degrees, go and get the certifications. Yeah, don't stop leveling up, but you don't need another degree or certification to start your coaching journey. You already possess a toolkit of powerful skills. However, what you do need is a strategy to translate those skills into a thriving business. Yeah, and that's what I'm here to provide. Yeah. You need a strategy so that you can frame those skills that you have and translate them into a business. So I've already showed you how your teaching skills is your greatest coaching asset. Isn't that awesome? So let me see in the chat. Let me see what's coming up. Let me see. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. So I see yes, 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 agree, agree, yes, 100%. Okay, awesome, awesome. Now, do you guys want to keep going? Any questions? Or do you want to keep, should I keep going? Okay, let's keep going. Now, secret number 2, the confidence code. The confidence code for coaches. How to overcome limiting beliefs and attract higher paying clients. Now, this one is going to be very, very useful for everyone who's on the chat with me today. The confidence code. How to overcome the limiting beliefs and attract high paying clients. Let me know if these sound familiar. Who am I to charge these price? What if I'm not good enough? Yeah, what if I'm not good enough to get my clients results? I don't have time right now to balance it all. Does this sound familiar? Now let me tell you another story. Yeah. Now this story is about one of my star clients, yeah, Nanyang. Now Nanyang is a school counselor, creative writing coach, and Nan faced some of these same fears, and he discovered the confidence code to unlocking his high performing entrepreneurial potential. Now, Nan is a dedicated school counselor, and he helped his student craft compelling personal statement for college application. And he's good at it. He's really, really good at it. First time Nan sent me like text, writing text, and it was like, oh wow, this is amazing writing. It's one thing to hear your clients say that they do a particular job. It's the next thing to really experience them doing it in real time. And he had been doing this for over 8 years. Yeah, guiding countless students towards their academic dream. But the thing is, Nan felt disconnected. Yeah, he felt this disconnect. He knew his work was valuable, but he struggled to see the full impact beyond the application process. And he wanted to do more. Yeah, he wanted to make an even bigger impact in his students' life. And Nan faced three major hurdles. The first was he was worried about how his school would perceive him marketing his service outside of his official role, and he feared it would be a conflict of interest. That was the first hurdle. The second one, he struggled with the idea of charging a premium price for his expertise, and he didn't really fully grasp the true transformation he was providing for his clients because he was so used to providing this as a part of his job. He didn't really see the value he was providing. Yeah, because it's something that he was just doing continuously as his job. So he didn't really see, why it should be valuable to others. Yeah. And last but not least, yeah, the third worry was that, he was worried what his parents would think if he quit his stable job. Does this sound familiar to any of you? Yeah, I'm sure this may relate with some of you. But his turning point for Nan was when he started to really unpack the results he was getting his students. Yeah, when he really took a look at what he was actually doing for his students. And it wasn't just about crafting a good essay. It was about boosting their confidence. It was about helping them discovering their passion. It was about setting them on a path to a more fulfilling future. Yeah, it was about a journey of self-awareness for these young adults. Yeah, these were life skills. These were not just application skills. This is when he realized his work had a much deeper impact than he previously thought. But even with this realization, Nan still needed a strategy to confidently market himself and command a higher price. He knew he was good at what he did, but he didn't know how to translate it into a thriving business. Yeah, that's where we focus on highlighting Nan's strength and the depth of his experience. Yeah, and the key here is focus on highlighting his strength. Okay, we work together to articulate the transformation he was providing, going beyond just the personal statement, to focus on one, increasing confidence, self-awareness that his students gain. Okay, so the focus there was to switch from just writing of the statement, but the transformation that the student experienced going through the process. We highlighted the fact that he has been doing this for 8 years as well. One that gives him authority, credibility, and it's easy for him to do it
but not as easy for his clients. And this is where the value is. Yeah, Nan had mastered years of writing and structuring these statements that it become easy for him. But for his clients, it's not as easy. And that's where the value is. Yeah, there's that thing that you can do that is super easy for you, but others would think it's super hard. Okay. And by focusing on this transformation, we help Nan see the true value in his service. We help Nan see the true value in himself. Yeah. And Nan started to understand that what came naturally for him, helping his students articulate their stories and discover their potential, was a unique and valuable skills that others would gladly pay for. Excuse me. And the results speak for themselves. Yeah, Nan gained immense confidence in his abilities, and he landed his biggest client yet last year at 85,000 RMB. Yeah, just because he made this one shift in his mindset. Now, and because he now understands his value and price his service accordingly, he's able to work with fewer clients while generating more income, giving him more time for himself. Now, this is a huge shift because the year before that, Nan had so many clients, he didn't have time for himself, which is a good problem to have, but it's not a good energy and time problem to have. And as Nan usually powerfully put it, yeah, less is more. Less is more. Nan now serves a specific group of clients, and he's more confident than ever in his ability to deliver real value. Okay, and I wanted to take a screenshot of this. I write this quote down. Less is more. Okay. Sometimes we think we got to do more so that we can get our clients' result. But sometimes we got to step back and realize what is best for me is also best for my clients. Now, here's the lesson. This is where you take note. This is where you take the screenshot. Yeah. Now, this is the power of overcoming limiting beliefs. When you truly believe in your value, you can attract higher paying clients and build a thriving coaching business without sacrificing your own well-being. When you truly believe in your value, you can attract high-paying clients and deliver and build a thriving coaching business without sacrificing your own well-being. Now, I've just shown you how you can overcome your limiting beliefs and attract high-paying clients. Now, isn't that awesome? Now, let me see where you're at in the chat. Before I move into the last secret, I want to see where you're at in the chat. Let me see. Okay, I see Natty, yes. Oh my gosh, me from Amy. Everyone's so worried. Harry, nice. Awesome, awesome. And also, let me know, what's your biggest insight so far? Yeah, I've shared the confidence code, and I share how educators' most transferable skills can use their transferable skills to build a coaching business. What has been your biggest insight so far? You can turn your mic on or you can drop it in the chat. I see Ray said yes. Darko said yes is more. Credits to Nan for that one. Jay said, have formulated some very relevant question and action steps for myself. Beautiful, beautiful. Natty said, I don't need another degree. Come on. That's so wonderful. Awesome. Yes, yes. Okay, let's keep this party going. I have one more secret, and this is secret number 3. The coaching market is not saturated. How to find your ideal client and command premium value. I'm gonna say that again. The coaching market is not saturated. No matter what your brain or your thoughts may be telling you, the coaching market is not saturated. Yeah. Now at this point, you must be thinking, is the coaching market too saturated? How can I possibly stand out, especially coming from education? Now, let me share with you another story about another client called Tej, who wasn't even in the legal profession, yet found a thriving niche serving lawyers and how this can apply to educators. Now, Tej had a fascinating background. Tej started in pre-med and he transitioned to software development and had been a long-time mentor and leader in Toastmasters. I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with Toastmasters, but Toastmasters is one of the biggest public speaking nonprofit organization that I know of to date. Yeah. And he had this natural talent for guiding people, particular lawyers he had mentored in Toastmasters. Now, he saw that they struggled with client management and communication, but he didn't know how to turn this into a business. He was helping them for free, but he didn't see this as a viable business opportunity. Yeah, Ted's biggest hurdle was self-doubt. He kept thinking these two thoughts. These two thoughts kept coming up over and over. Like, who am I to help lawyers? I'm not even a lawyer myself. Yeah, and you can imagine how crippling that must have been. This imposter syndrome make it incredibly difficult for him to even consider charging for his service, let alone market himself effectively. He felt that there was no way he could help lawyers in their businesses as he has no experience in this area. The turning point came when he realized the value he was already providing. He had been mentoring lawyers in Toastmasters for years, helping them improve in their communication and leadership skills. Yeah. And he started to see that these skills were directly applicable to client management in relations to time. Yeah. And this was a major pain point. If any of you have any lawyer friends, you will know that they're never available, they're always busy. Yeah. And lawyer bill based on their time, right? Because for them, time is money. Yeah. However, the mentorship that Tej was given to his lawyer friends was saving them tremendously amount of time, allowing them to have that time with their family. But even with this realization, Ted still needed a clear strategy. He knew he can help lawyers, but he didn't know how to package his expertise into a compelling offer or how to reach his ideal clients. He was a bit stuck on the how. And that's when we implement what I love to call an ask campaign. Yeah, and you may be thinking, what is the ask campaign? I'm about to tell you this, and it's baked right into the story. I had Tej interview a group of lawyers, including his former mentees, to deeply understand their specific challenge with client management. Yeah, so the goal here was to interview them and understand their challenges around client management. Now, this research was golden. It gave him invaluable insight into their pain, their languages, and what they truly need. He was literally building his offer with the feedback and support of the market he wanted to serve in real time. This made him realize he didn't need it to be a lawyer to understand their needs and provide a solution. Through this conversation, Tej began to see the clear gap he can fill. He wasn't just offering a generic business advice, he was offering specialized guidance tailored to the unique challenges of the legal profession. This gave him the confidence to position himself as an expert in lawyer client management systems. Yeah. The result was extremely remarkable. Tess connected with a network of lawyers who value his perspective uniquely. And Tej gained the confidence in his ability to sell his service as a premium price. And now he's taking a step further. Now, today, Tej is building a software company designed to help lawyers manage all of their clients in one centralized platform, directly addressing the pain point he discovered in his research. Now, he went from helping lawyers for free to building a software company that would help thousands of lawyers. Can you see the transformation there? And as Tej wisely would say to me, adapting an entrepreneurial mindset is everything. Yeah. Adapting an entrepreneurial mindset is everything. Tej didn't need to be a lawyer to help lawyers. However, what Tej needed was to understand what their problem is, find the gap, and fill it. Yeah. And by choosing a specific target, he not only found a profitable market, but he also discovered his true calling. Yeah. And you, as an educator, have the same potential. By focusing on a specific target group within the education space, any space your passion takes you, you can stand out, attract high-paying clients, and build a truly impactful coaching business. Okay, so let me say that again. By focusing on a specific target group within the education space, any space your passion takes you, you can stand out and attract high-paying clients and build a truly impactful coaching business. Here's the lesson. This is where you take note. You don't need to be everything to everyone. You just need to be something to someone. You don't need to be everything to everyone. You just need to be something to someone. Yeah. Now, I've just shown you how you can find your ideal clients and command a premium price. Now, isn't that awesome? Let me check in with the chat and see what I've been missing. Yeah. Amy, Deano Ask campaign is beautiful design. Awesome. Thank you so much, Amy. Natty say, I love it. I love it. Awesome. Awesome. Now, what have been your biggest insight so far? Well, if there's any other insight from that bit, drop it in the chat. I'd love to know. So let me ask you a few questions. Yeah, as you're thinking about those insights. Now, if you leverage your transferable skills as an educator, overcome your self-doubt and limiting belief, and find your ideal client and command a premium price, do you think you can be successful? Let me know in the chat. If you leverage your transferable skills as an educator, overcome your self-doubt and limiting belief, find your ideal client and command a premium price, do you think you can be successful?
Boom! You made it here! Good on you. Make sure you click the subscribe button below and check out the playlist at the end. If you'd like to come along to our Sunday sessions where we host a live, free Q&A for our students and members, you're welcome. I'll see you there.